Hey there, Prime Coders. Welcome back to Prime Coding. I'm Aditya Mishra, and in this video, we'll discuss Cognizant cutoff. Yes, I know most of you recently wrote online assessment of Cognizant, and you might be very curious to know what would be the cutoff. How many questions you solved, and what is the actual cutoff that you can expect. Okay, so we'll discuss everything as well as previous year actual questions that were asked in Cognizant interview. Okay, and few of the questions were latest also, so stay tuned till the end to get the knowledge of cutoff and the interview experience of 2024 batch. So let's begin with this video. Moving forward, there is a small request. Please do share your coding questions or interview experience with us on our any of the social handles, which would be Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, email, or even DM me on LinkedIn. You can share me everything that you want to communicate with your peers, your juniors, so that your juniors and peers can prepare for the company that you prepared for. So now the link would be in the description. You can just see cutoff. Let's discuss about the cutoff. Aptitude round is the very first round where 30 questions were there. So the cutoff of that particular round would be if you solved 15 to 18 question in your aptitude round, you will be at the safer side because it is a minimum possible question that you need to solve correctly in this section. If you are able to, then you will definitely clear this aptitude round. If you move towards your technical assessment, if you solve one coding problem, you are eligible for Gen Z program, or if you are able to solve two coding problems, you are qualified for Gen C next. And if you're able to solve all the problems, which were two coding, two SQL, and one HTML, then you will be qualified for the advanced Cognizant role. Yes, so this is the cutoff that I want to tell you, and it is just of short, I would say, because few of the cutoff analysis we get it from the previous year, as well as I just let you know, because it's totally depend upon the colleges, how the college performed, how the college candidates performed in their online assessment. If your college was solving 20 questions on average, then the cutoff will be high. I think you got the point. So it's totally depend upon your college candidate performance. Okay, now let's move to with the interview experience. So tell me about yourself is the very first question, so do prepare it, because in the mock session I saw people usually stuck in this types of problem, which is a very first and very basic problem that you can expect, which can be asked directly the same problem to you. So create a format according to that. Okay, if I talk about the format should be very easy, like what is your name, where are you from, for what thing your city is famous for, which course that you are pursuing, how many CGPA you have, then college name, then talk about 10th 12th grant colleges as or schools that you want to list, and do mention them percentage if you have more than 70%, and go towards your project section, what you learned, which all tech stack you used, who all are there in your family, and in the end you can just conclude with strengths, weakness, hobbies, interest, anything that you want. Okay, so explain, or the best part of this format is it should not exclude 1.5 minutes, so do focus on it. Okay, explain your internship, because they want to test whether this internship is valid or not, because most of the people do mention their training period internships. Yes, I did this internship, but it is in training. I built so rock paper scissors project there, I built a calculator, so this is not an internship. So that's why this particular thing has been asked to the candidate. Okay, what all stuff that he or she built in his or her experience, internship experience. You are able to work under pressure, this is the question. In this question you don't need to answer like yes, you need to answer yes with a justification. What was a scenario where you work under the pressure, so it will support your yes. Okay, so I think you got your point. So program to print prime numbers, as you can see in the OA of Cognizant, Capgemini, Infosys, this prime number was trendy in 2024. So yes, you can expect your programming question in this particular round as well, the interview round. So prime number from 1 to n. The example would be this, and I taught you n number of ways to get the prime number in either in most optimal manner or either in a better optimal manner. Okay, so yeah. Explain your project. Now, in this case, you need to use a star formation. I will let you know which all videos that you need to refer in the meanwhile. Okay, how an email is generated and how the recipient receives it. So in this particular thing, I guess when you were studying your networks networks, then this question might you gone through. So that particular thing you need to tell. And Aditya, when this question can be asked to me, if your resume contains CN into it, then you can expect how this networking system works, SMTP, then how the mail is generating, how it is transferring, which protocol it uses, everything you need to state in this particular question. Explain OOPS concept. Now, firstly, talk about the definition of OOPS. What do you mean by OOPS? Then talk about their pillars. Then you can conclude your answer. And if interviewer is showing the interest in your response, then do explain your whole points as well, because it might be interviewer want to ask something and not to burn time on these easy problems. So he can stop you after listing whole pillars which is present in OOPS. What is a wrapper class? Now, the wrapper class is somehow called as encapsulation as well. So you need to talk about encapsulation, the primitive type, and the wrapper class. Such as if I take the example, it would be int would be the primitive type, and the wrapper class would be integer. If you talk about that, so you need to explain wrapper class in a proper manner, because they want to test how much knowledge you have in wrapper class as well. Now, second, interview experience. So interview experience 2. Abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance. Straightforward questions. If you go directly after asking you, tell me about yourself, they can directly ask abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance. Please list the difference. Difference between method overloading and method overriding. Now, don't directly jump into the definitions of it. Firstly, explain them. Overloading, overriding comes into the polymorphism, and it's a 2 type as well. Then list the definition. Okay, let them know the proper definition of it, not the in general definition. After moving towards the definition, you need to talk about the real-time example where you can use overloading, overriding. Let it be based on the function parameters. The function name should be same, but the parameters are different, or both the function name and the parameters are same. You need to talk about this. Like, this would be the more intuitive, the function example, or you can take any other example that you love to talk. But make sure that your example is pretty understandable. Okay. What is Chandrayaan? Which shows you should have also a knowledge on current affairs. Okay, so basic current affairs. Who is responsible for Chandrayaan 2? Who is hosting this project, and few stuff. Okay, so what is microcontroller and microprocessor? Now, it might be you think how I can know what questions can be asked to me. So you need to be very specific with the trending technologies. Okay, what is going on in the worldwide or India wide at least. Okay, so Chandrayaan in 2024 was most of the famous thing that was currently going on news. So you can expect the same question. It might be the candidate also told he is or she is interested in current affairs. So this question might pop in. Okay, what is microcontroller and microprocessor? Now, this question is totally independent of your subject, because if you are from CSE, you might study this whole subject. If you are from EC, you should explain this answer in a proper manner. Okay, so write a program on Fibonacci series. Now, the problem is coming in every interview, don't you think? Because there you got a chance to write the prime number, finding a prime number in the range, and here you need to write the Fibonacci series. And the same thing also asks to the TCS digital interview as well. There you need to explain the DP approach as well for Fibonacci series. Questions on calendar aptitude. Okay, if you don't believe on my words, there is a podcast which help you to know about what types of questions were asked to you in TCS Digital. You can see on my channel. Okay, so questions on calendar aptitude. Let's say on your birthday, what was your day? Let it be Friday, Wednesday, Thursday. That would be the case that you need to tell in the year you born. Okay, write any program and explain. Any program could be. This is a very hypothetical question. You can write any program that you want to. Don't write some of something. You can write some good for loop based problem or print pattern. If you studied, it looks good that yes, you have grip on your for loops. C language and Java concepts. Now, it's totally depend upon your resume. If you have C++, Java together, they can ask you the difference among them. Or if you have Python, C together, you can expect the difference among them. Or Python, Java, yeah, vice versa. Okay, so now experience 3. So let's talk about experience 3. Questions on resume, and you should be known all the topics from top to bottom. As I always test every candidate who took mock session, I used to grill them on your resume what all question can be asked to you in your worst case. Okay, in your worst case, I usually hit the worst case because if candidate already experienced the worst case, so the easy and medium case would be cakewalk for him. Is it? So now they are looking at your language and the way you speak to them and your dress, because there would be the scenario where interview you said the right answer but interview told no, it's wrong, do you think it's right and something, and few of the candidates I personally experienced, they start arguing with the interview, which is not the part. Okay, okay, just accept that if you just need to tell one line. It could be, sir, I think this answer will be the right, but after the session, I will make sure I will go through that concept again. Same similar type of questions or response you can build and just communicate with your interviewer and stop that topic there itself and on a positive note. Okay. What are your hobbies? Now people usually say my hobby is to go and play badminton, table tennis, and you can expect the follow-up questions. Who is the badminton player of India? Who is some this types of questions. So, okay, what do you want to, or why do you want to join IT sector? Basic HR based problem. Why do you write public static for main C? So this types of very basic fundamental questions would be test. So please do make sure in your programming language what would be the basic stuff, because in the Python there is a question why you used to write init underscore underscore what it will do. Okay, different types of flip flops, explain them briefly. Now, if you are from EC, you should explain this as proper manner, because for CSE it can be this question can be exceptional. Okay, what are you interested in other core? Okay, so basic questions. Now let's talk about the projects. Okay, first you should see this video if you don't know how to explain your project. Or firstly, in this video I spoke about everything, what all mistakes that beginner used to do in their interview. I listed everything and the approach that you need to follow. And after this, getting a blueprint of whole thing, you need to see this video where I gave many examples on full stack project, machine learning project, HTML CSS project, or much more projects, or internship experience, how you need to speak in your interview. Because the things that I listed here, like the approaches that you need to opt when according to your project, and how you can utilize that method in a proper manner, and see the magic of the explanation, how it would be if you say in this manner. Is it? Now, if you have project from AIML or full stack project which is based on one, then definitely you can check these two videos, because it contains the most asked problem in every company. Okay, that would be Accenture, HCL, TCS, Wipro, and so on. So do focus on it with follow-up question as well. Okay, the one of the example you spoke, then follow-up question can also be built on it. Now, internship and workshop explanation. It may be you mention some workshop that you hosted or you went through. OOPS concept, same example that I told you, how you need to tackle this OOPS concepts. Python and HTML difference, as might this resume contain Python HTML stuff, where Python is used in real time. Now, this could be the scenario where they want you to tell about AIML. Then when you speak about AIML, they will start asking you the cross questions on the AIML stuff. Encapsulation is used in which technology or more, or what's the difference between encapsulation and abstraction? You can expect that. Being an electronic student, why do you want to enter into IT field? Bingo. So we got a thing that this candidate is from electronic background. So that could be the question if you are from chemical, mechanical. So follow-up can be found here. SDLC, software and its uses. So SDLC is most of the famous, as you can see, the candidate was from electronics, and they can also expect the questions on core software engineering problems, as well as what do you mean by agile methodology, scrum methodology, and stuff that you need to prepare. Now, C and Java difference, it might be he have only these two languages into his resume. Method overloading and method overriding. So I can see you need to do this topic for sure, because in this particular sets, this question was repeated twice or thrice. Okay, where do you use the concept of method overloading and method overriding? So please do that, as if you follow the path that I told you just now, how you need to prepare the polymorphism, overloading, overriding with a real-time example, you can tackle this 10th problem as well. Okay, now a mock session which is worth of 594, you will get it only in 299. And what all are the contents? If you see detailed technical sessions, HR managerial round. Comprehensively in 1 hour, will test your whole thing, your resume based problems, everything that you can expect in your interview. Resume review, what are stuff that your resume is lagging in. Personalized feedback on your mock session. How you need to speak, where you are lagging, what is your weak point, how you can overcome, and what is your strength zone where you need to divert your interview through. Suggestions for improvement could be your uh, roadmaps, mentorship sessions, guidance, doubt solving, and much more. Export guidance would be of 99. So if you sum all these, you will end up having 594, and you will just get all things in 299. So what are you waiting for? Convert your interview opportunity into the offer letter and make your parents proud by visiting www.timecoding.in. You will get the Capgemini, Cognizant, Accenture, TCS card there and ace your interview right away. GPRS, GPS, CDMA full forms are this that you can see. Okay, these questions were asked to the interviewee where you need to tell about the full form on these points. Now, why should I hire you? This is a great thing that you can expect. So you can say on my channel, you can find there is a full video, 2 videos, part 1, part 2 on most asked HRMR questions that was basically created for TCS, but it contains every question, every pattern of question that you can expect with their templates. Just you need to replace the keyword and you're done. Okay, so why are you interested in coding? Maximum occurrence of digit, you need to do that using hash maps. Modulation techniques such as mod, or it could be from your core branch questions as well. What is ServiceNow? It may be the candidate did some ServiceNow certifications. Family background, if you don't mention this in your tell me about yourself, so the specific question can come on the 7th question, as you can see. Basics of C language, might be you mentioned C language at the very first skill stat in your section. What is your favorite subject, and more questions on it. Great. So now, did you clear TCS Wipro or not? Okay, so it might be they have some intel of your college, so you can expect this question. What is encapsulation? I can see OOPS concept is foremost an important concept that you need to prepare in Cognizant. Polymorphism, what is capacitor? And if you are from ECE background, you can expect your core subject for sure. Difference between 3D and 4D in communication, because he's from ECE background. Now I got full intuition. Types of motors, what is ServiceNow? Pattern program. So this is a very famous program where you need to print the pattern in a reverse pyramid or a simple pyramid or a diamond pattern. I saw multiple types of problem in the previous year. And please let me know you want a series for all the interview questions with explanation, so that if I explain you once, it will fit into your mind for a long time and you can ace your Cognizant interview. If you need that series, let me know in the comment. Just write yes series, or I want series. Okay, write a program on linked list, either addition or removal. As you can see, I always test candidate on their worst case, because people used to say, Aditya, these questions were not asked to any of the candidate from my college. I always say that if there are 100 candidates present in your college and 99 of them only got HR problems in their interview, so you will be the 100 candidate who will get the problem solving problems or oops based problem. So be prepared for the worst. Be prepared for the worst. Where would you see yourself in next 5 years? Basic course question. Why do you want to join Cognizant? A basic simple HR based question. Watch that video, you will get a full intuition. Or you can check down the comment section or description. I would say there all the videos will be listed, whatever I shown in this video, and you can just head on to each and every video so that your Cognizant preparation is fulfilled. Now let's talk about the interview experience 4. What is import star, which help you to import everything? So what is asterisk in the above line? Can you write integer in place of string? See, can you write integer value in place of string? I know you know the answer. Let me know in the comment section. Okay. What is JVM? If you can expect the question on JVM in previous year, you can expect the question on Java runtime environment and JDK as well. What is your opinion on night shift? Because Cognizant also have night shift, which they offer with the shift allowances. Why did you do projects in different stream, which shows your versatility? Okay, rate yourself in aptitude, then you can expect the question or aptitude. And why this question came into it? Because the candidate might introduced in the achievement that some percentage that she or he got in CAT exam might be the thing. Can you work from anywhere? You live with your parents, can you live anywhere? So these types of very basic question that they are testing your behavior. So now let's discuss. Most of the people usually ask, Aditya, where I can find all notes, because if you've seen this preparation resources, I used n number of materials. My team created the full materials and I showed to you. So it may be the cheat sheet, it may be the Accenture material for mock tests, for all the most important problems, all the sheets. Okay, so where you can find it is, you just need to head on to Prime Coding community. Okay, there you can see we have 20,000 brilliant mind there inside our community. And what you need to do is, you can see this rose bot which will keep on pasting this link. And this link is whole resources link. As you can see, hi, welcome to Prime Coding channel. Check out the resources here. So you just need to click on it and you will divert it towards our folder where we maintain everything with company wise notes. So you can just refer that. If at the time when you join and this rose board didn't mention any of the things that you want to, so you can just click on this pin message 1, 2, twice, thrice. You will end up having this link. Okay, so click on it, go to the drive link and you will get all the notes. Please don't do PDF in the chat section because it will not do anything. It's just a spam message. Okay, so please follow the rules. You just need to click on here. The Rosebot will definitely welcome you if you are the new member in our community. Otherwise, you can just go and click on pin sections. Click 1, 2, thrice. You will get this particular link. Okay. So if you're watching till now, please do consider subscribing this channel, like this video and share with your friends so that your friend can also crack the on-campus opportunity and can do something in their career. So we'll meet you with a new video soon. Hey Prime Coders, welcome back to Prime Coding. I am Aditya and in this video, we'll discuss Accenture interview experience questions which were recently asked as well as the previous year Accenture interview questions so that you can prepare for it, because most of the candidate who appeared for the online assessment, now they got started getting results. So in this video, we'll help them to get an idea what type of problem that can be asked to them as well. So let's start with this video. So please, if you've gone through any interview experience, coding questions of OA experience, anything, you can reach out to us on Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, email, DM, on my LinkedIn. Every link is provided in the description. Just head on to that and reach out to us and help your peers and juniors to prepare for the same. So now, the very first interview experience that you can see, which is introduce yourself. Now, it might be the question you're not shortlisted for interview till now, but you're watching this video, which means if you are able to solve both of the problems, and definitely you are qualified for ASC role or double ASC role, but if you are able to clear the coding assessment, the aptitude, then the communication round, then definitely you are qualified for your interview. So let's see the interview that candidate recently faced. So introduce yourself is the very first question. Please follow the template, which would be your name, your city, where are you from, the city is famous for, then course that you are pursuing, then CGP what you have, then in which college you are in, then talk about your 10th, 12th, college, PUC, whatever you mention, and please mention the percentage if you have more than 70%. Please talk about your projects or internship experience if you have. Let's say you have an internship experience, so start with how many months you have of experience in IT, then what are projects you did and what things that you learned. After that move forward to your project section. After that, please go towards your parents who all are there. Just be professional. Don't tell your occupation, thorough occupation about your parents. Then go towards your skills. Then go towards your achievements. If you have, then you can say that about your interest, hobbies, and much more. Okay. So talk about your favorite subject, which is a trap, guys. If you say some hard subject, they will start asking you questions on it. If you say some simple topic in which you are confident, then definitely you can able to crack this question. Project discussion and question related to the same. Now, what do you mean by it? So what task that you are responsible to build this project? If your project is collaborated, or how you built it, what were the challenges you faced, and how you got an idea to build this question or build this project, what was the thing that you used, why this tech stack you being used. So this is the project discussions. What kind of challenges did you face in your projects and how did you overcome it? As I told, describe your journey of engineering and whether are you enjoying it or not. Okay, and they may ask you about the experience in your college, what all things that you like in your college and what all things that you dislike in your college as well. Okay, any certifications if you have, then they will cross questions on your certification skills that you are claiming there. Then a difference between land and when you can expect any productive things you have done during lockdown, or any questions for me. So this is the last question. So this interview only lies between 15 minutes, but it's totally depend upon the interviewer mood and your performance. If your performance is good, then you can expect the interview will go around 30 minutes. But it is not that true that if your interview went long, then you will definitely get shortlisted. If 15-20 minutes is average, that I would say. Okay, so be prepared with it. If you think they will not ask hoops and stuff, but they will ask this year. Okay, so introduce yourself again, the common question. Tell me about your academic project, which will be your final year project, or what product you built recently. There are questions on it. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Be thorough with your weaknesses, because people do stuck in the weakness. So please prepare with it. What is multi-threading? Might be this candidate from Java, so you can expect multi-threading, then difference between thread and processes and much. What are OOPS concept? Now OOPS concept into the picture, and it will take more than 10 minutes, because if you talk about OOPS, then you start speaking about pillars, then they can ask you the difference among the pillars, then they can start asking you the real-time examples. So do prepare that. So what is the exception handling, which is try, catch, and stuff. So please do that. What is the friend function in C++, which is one of the favorite or famous question in C++. After the virtual, what do you mean virtual keyword? So these are the questions that we think these questions were most repeated. So you can go through with all these. And if you need a particular series where I will tell you all the most asked question and explain the solution thoroughly, because there are two types of candidate who want to just get an overview of all interview questions, and another which needs a full guidance and answer solutions of each problem. Do let me know. I will create it and create a one shot so that you can prepare for your interview. Now, if you want to create a fantastic response of your project, like if someone asks you, hey, can you let me know about your project? So this question will lit your interview if you watch this video, because in this video, I mentioned few of the mistakes that the fresher or a beginner used to do. So don't do these mistakes that I mentioned here, and the pro tips, which consist of the methods and the way that you need to communicate with the interviewer. Okay, and what all methods that I told, I use in this video and created the response. If you have a full stack project, machine learning project, you have internship experience, if you HTML a project, I created a response, and you can see the magic of that response. If you are the interviewer, you will definitely hire that candidate whose response like this. So please watch both of the video and make your project section strong. Now, if you have projects from AIML, full stack development, then do check those videos. It consists most asked problems as well as the follow-up questions that you can expect. Okay, so do check this out. Tell me about yourself. Explain. So this question thrice has been repeated. Explain any one of your project. Okay, now the cross question has been started on your project. Why this tech stack? Why you use it? Let's say there's a tech stack that you use, which is React.js. So why you use React.js, and what is the benefit of using React.js in your project? What is your favorite coding language? The questions on it. Then why you choose Python? Why don't you choose in C++ or Java? What is the use of pointer? Because this kind candidate might choose C++ as his or her favorite language, so you can expect the pointers. Now you need to talk about first, what do you mean by pointer? Then the difference between them, the difference in the sense that list the differences. Okay, there would be many things. Okay, now what are the different types of inheritance? Single, multiple inheritance, and multi-level inheritance, hierarchical level inheritance. So please be prepared with it, because these should be on your tongue. If someone asks you this, you will straight away vomit everything that you know. What was your best subject in engineering, and prepare with the follow-up questions. How do you prepare for an exam that is coming in few days? So it might be the interviewer is pretty jolly. That's why these questions you can see. Tell me about the failures that you faced and how you improved there or want to improve there. So don't tell about your attendance scenarios, because most of the people, when I ask this question in the interview, they usually say, I always being late in my college and my attendance was very low, but I took a pledge in the next semester. I started waking up in the early morning and started going to the college before time and maintaining my attendance, which just totally looks bad thing, because so it would be the case when you join the company, you will definitely being late until no one is stopping you there. Then only you will again kick yourself in the morning and start being on routine. So don't tell this as to that. Please create a creative answer. Okay, which domain do you prefer in IT jobs? Okay. So which new technologies did you learn recently? Now this question is a trap again. If you talk about AI/ML, then be prepared to speak around 1 to 2 minutes on AI/ML. What is your short-term goals, and do you have any questions on me? Most of the people don't know what questions that they can ask in the 12th question. You can either ask the work culture, you can either ask the employee growth, or what company expect from a fresher when they join to the company, or anything that you want to. Okay. What is polymorphism in object-oriented programming and how it is implemented in Java? See how this question has been framed if you are from Java background. Okay, explain the difference between TCP, UDP, and in which protocol or in which layer that they deals with. What is the difference between array list and linked list? Why linked list call as linear, not non-linear? So these are the questions. Why do you want to work at Accenture and how do you see yourself growing here? Create a fantastic response, guys, because this question matters a lot. They will evaluate on your behavior now. What you expect from the Accenture, they want to know. So please, if you don't know what to create the response, you can take help of ChatGPT. It is basically famous for writing the paragraphs, okay, which is more influential. So those try this question out there. Tell me about a time when you worked under pressure and how you manage it. Create a hypothetical scenario and tell them as a you face this in real life. Okay, how do you describe yourself as a team player? Create a hypothetical scenario, or the project that you build alone. You can just create a scenario that few members were there and how you manage them and the stuff that you can explain. It's totally dependable, because let's say if you don't have any project, then this question comes to you where you don't have any experience in collaboration. Then what you will say? So you should have a backup answer for every situations. Okay, so the whole thing 199 things will just in 299, not in 550, 594, and you can convert your interview opportunity into your offer letter and can make your parents proud. For that, just visit on primecoding.in. You will get an Accenture list there, and you will definitely ace your interview, because there is a 1 hour of extensive session based on the technical, on your resume, on the ops concept, and much more. Much question that you can expect in your channel, because we usually tackle the worst case. If you're able to tackle that worst case, you can tackle any scenarios. Okay, so resume review, what are things that you need to improve, where you are lagging in your resume, personalized feedback based on the session, what are things that you are lagging in, what is your weakness, how you can overcome from it, how to speak about this, what are things that you don't know and you mentioned in your resume, suggestions for improvement such as mentorship session, guide session, doubt solving session, motivation session, and all the things that you want the mentor to ask, you can ask there, then expert guidance. So please visit this website and make your dream true. So explain the concept of deadlock in operating system, how it can be prevented. So you can see now the OS question comes into picture, because in your resume it might be this is mentioned there. So please focus on the OS. Describe how database are normalized, why the normalized is important, or the second part of this question would be how you can optimize a slow performing query. So please prepare according to that. How does HTTP differ from HTTPS and why it is important? So basically OS has been touched, CN has been touched. Now most of the people say, sir, in Accenture, every interviewer usually asks HR problems. Why you are asking some technical problems? Now see, few of the interview was based on OPS, few of the interview was based on OS and CN, and few of the interview experience was based on HR. Now it's totally on you what you need to. But if you take my session, I will go to the worst. I will touch every section. Let it be HR, let it be manager, let it be OS, let it be CN, and much more. Because we have people who cracked Accenture many times and they will take your interview. Okay, so tell me about a time when you faced a difficult decision, a project, and how you handled it. What motivates you to give your best at work, and where do you see yourself in next 5 years? So now start preparing. You got your whole stuff. If you're not able to prepare, not able to discuss the answer, we are here, www.primecoding.in. Just a click away, you can just go and secure your future. Okay, what is recursion? Basic question. Can you provide an example where recursion is more efficient than iteration? Okay, but if let's say this question is not there, only this question is there, then what you need to do? You need to speak about recursion with an example. People usually say in one line and just finish it. No, please finish with an example if it is possible to give. What are the key differences between GET and POST HTTP request methods in the web development? So please be thorough with the CN topics, I would say. Now explain the concept of inheritance object-oriented programming. So previously they asked the polymorphism, now here is inheritance. Now in your session it would be the abstraction. Give us a real-time example of the abstraction, can be the question to you. How do you prioritize tasks when you have multiple deadlines? Great. How do you know about the Accenture work culture and values? Website things. When you ever had to deal with a difficult teammate, did you resolve the conflict? So this thing, ChatGPT will help you to get the answer of three problems, which will be very influential, so that your response should impress your interviewer. Okay. What is a foreign key in database and why it is important? Now, SQL topics also comes in the picture. Can you explain the concept of RESTful web APIs? And I also saw few problems on how many types of API, like private, public, or shareable, open API, and RESTful API, context API. There are many APIs. So what are advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing? Or speak about cloud computing for 1 or 2 minutes in your interview. Describe a situation where you had to take the initiative and lead a project. So this is the thing that you need to create a hypothetical scenario and say in that manner which looks it's real. Okay. How do you handle constructive criticism at work? What unique qualities do you think you bring to the team? So it's totally depend upon your skills currently what you have. Keeping that into your mind, speak about that. Okay. Now, what is the difference between a process and thread? Now, again, the OS question comes into the picture. Explain big O notation or list all the asymptotic notation present in time complexity and why it is important in algorithm analysis. How does a firewall works in network? Now, cyber security and cyber network also comes into picture. You need to prepare. Now, think what all things that you need to prepare. Can you share an example where you worked in a diverse team and what you learned from the experience? What is your biggest professional achievement and why you consider it important? How do you balance professional and personal life? If you think only 6 questions can be asked to you, no. These are the 6 alone problems. After responding, like at every question, whatever you respond, the 5 to 10 questions would be the follow-up on that. So please be prepared with it. Okay. Now, if you want to prepare for TCS and QT playlist is ready. If you want to prepare for Accenture, most of the things I uploaded on this Accenture playlist, above more than 40 videos is there in this playlist. Please check that out. And Capgemini, Cognizant, everything has been uploaded on the channel as well as on a Telegram group. Please join that if you have not joined yet, please join because you can communicate with your peers what is actually going in their campus. Now, thanks for watching this video. If you're still watching, do consider subscribing this channel, like this video and share with your friends so that your friends can also crack big tech companies and make their career secure. So we'll meet you with a new video soon.